Hello everyone, welcome back again. Today we are going to study about the government company. Now, if we think what is the company, the very simple is the company which is registered under the Companies Act 2013. Any company which is registered under the Companies Act 2013 is known as company, right? Now, about the government company, see, the company which is registered under the Companies Act 2013 and having minimum 51% of share capital held by the central government. Okay, that company is known as government company. Otherwise, we can say any state government or partly by the central government and partly by one or more state governments is known as government company. Understood? Here we can give some examples like National Thermal Power Corporation, known as NTPC. The second example again we can give here, that is Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, that is BHEL. And the third, that is Hindustan Machines Tools, that is HMT. Some example here we can give about the government company. Now see, the share of the government company are purchased in the name of the President of India or in the name of Governor of the state. Two conditions are there when the shares of the government company are purchased, which is purchased in the name of the President of India or in the name of Governor of a state. Okay, here we can see some important concept which is related to the government company. The very first concept is annual reports. In the government company, annual reports and audit reports are laid or presented before the parliament and in the state company. Such reports are presented before the state legislature. Okay, that is all about the annual report. The second important concept about related to the government company, that is appointment of auditors. Government, on the advice of the Comptroller and Auditor General of India, appoints auditor of a government company. Okay, now the third important concept is shareholding. A government company may either wholly or partially owned by the government. In wholly owned company, we can say 100% of capital is provided by the government, but in partially owned companies, minimum 51% of capital is held by the government, or here we can say it is the combination of governments. Here private concerns can hold maximum 49% of share capital because it is a government company. Understood? Now the next important concept related to this, that is management. Now the management, that is the management of a government company is in the hands of the board of directors who are nominated by the government and private investors together. Here government companies have professional management and skillful employees, which results into higher productivity and performance. Okay, understood? Okay, now we'll move forward and we'll see what are the different features of the government company. The very first feature is registration under the Companies Act. As we have already seen, a government company is formed through registration under the Companies Act 2013 and it is subject to the provisions of this act like any other company. Okay, here however the central government may direct that any of the provisions of the Companies Act shall not apply to a government company or shall apply with the certain modifications. Understood? Now the second feature is separate legal entity. Here, a government company is a separate legal entity from the government. It can acquire property and can make the contracts and can file suit in its own name. Now the third feature we will see, that is majority of government directors. Here we can say in the government company, major capital is held by the government. Okay, now so in board of directors, maximum directors are appointed by the respective government. Now the fourth is own staff. A government company has its own staff except government officials who are sent on the deputation. Its employees are not governed by civil service rules. And the fifth feature is it is free from the procedural controls. How? See, a government company is free from budgetary, accounting, and audit controls which are applicable to the government undertakings. Okay, understood what are the different features? Now we will see what are the different merits of the government company. The very first is easy formation. A government company can be easily formed under the Companies Act just by an executive decision of the government. Okay, now the second is internal autonomy. How the internal autonomy? Because a government company can manage its affairs independently. Here it is relatively free from the ministerial control and political interference and in its day-to-day functioning. Now the third is easy to alter. Objectives and powers of the government company can be changed by simply altering the memorandum of association of the company without seeking the approval of the parliament. Okay. Now the fourth is discipline. The government company is subject to the provisions of the Companies Act, which keeps the management of the companies active, alert, and the discipline. Now the fifth merit is professional management. A government company can employ professionally qualified managers because it has its own personnel policies. Understood? Now the last is public accountability. How the public accountability? The annual report of the government company is presented to the parliament or a state legislature. These reports can be discussed and depth there. So we can say here the public accountability is the merit. Now the next is we will see that is demerits of the government company. The very first demerit is autonomy only in name. How? Because see, independent character of the government company exists only in name. In reality, we can say politicians, ministers, government officials interfere excessively in the day-to-day working of the government company. Okay. Now the second is fear of exposure. The annual report of the government company is placed before the parliament or the state legislature. Okay, agree with this? Now see, the working of the company is exposed to press and public criticism. Therefore, we can say management of the government company often gets demoralized and may not take initiative to come out with the implement something innovative. Okay. Now the third is lack of expertise. How the lack of expertise? The key personnel of the government company are often deputed from the government departments. Such persons generally lack expertise and commitment, leading to a lower operational efficiency of the government company. And the last one, that is lack of professional view. Sometimes there is a lack of professional view while taking decision by the board, as these companies are more bounded with fulfillment of social objectives of the business. Okay, understood? Thank you everyone. I hope you have understood very clearly what is the government company, what are the different important concepts related to the government company, what are the features, what are the merits, and what are the demerits of the government company. Thank you.